Yeah, I'm just in deep thought about that. Like even for us,
Uh-huh.
with not just the thumbnails, but in general,
Mhm.
our podcast so far has mostly been about helping beginners and helping people that have already been doing this for a while, giving them things that they may not have thought about, and even if they have thought about it, giving them a little bit more insight about it. And it's like maybe soon we should drop a podcast that doesn't really cover how to start a podcast. Welcome to Charlotte Podcast Studio. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Welcome back to Charlotte Podcast Studio. I'm Tay. I'm the studio manager here at Charlotte Podcast Studio.
Hey, what's up? I'm Shamar, Tay's trusty sidekick.
This episode is one of the episodes I've been waiting for us to get to. This episode is going to bring everything I want to kind of say full circle.
Okay.
It is going to take everything that we've previously told you and help you really push. So this episode is about promoting and growing your podcast.
Oh, yes.
Because by this point, you've been told what a podcast is, why you should start one, how you should start one, editing and recording techniques, recording equipment and equipment to get to upgrade. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing something, but nevertheless, let's go over promoting and growing your podcast. Can y'all see the excitement in my face about this topic?
That's because he ain't got to do no talking.
He kind of right. This is more Shamar's lane. I just edit it. He's the one that pushes everything out for it to be promoted and to. We both do the growth strategy stuff, but I'm gonna dial back. So all of this being said, we're gonna cover marketing, promotion strategies, and how to use social media. So starting straight out of the gate, strategies for marketing and promoting your podcast.
Can I have my episode, please?
My bad, because I can talk.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
sir.
go ahead.
We got 3 key strategies, guys. Tay already gave you 2 of them. It's marketing and promotion strategies. The second one is utilizing social media platforms. And the third one is analyzing the analytics. You need to be able to fine tune your approach by doing analyzing those analytics. So we're going to jump right into it. That first one up is the strategies for marketing and promoting your podcast. Listen, this is my favorite one, and I definitely think that this is the first one you should consider when you are launching your podcast. You're going to have to leverage guest appearances, right? You are going to tap into your guests' network and their audience. So for instance, if you picked a particular niche and you decided to interview someone from that niche, so an expert within that field, you bring them on your platform. People are naturally going to share content that they appear in, right? So I brought Tay on, I'm interviewing him about audio engineering and what he's going to do. He's going to be excited because he did a thing, right? And he's going to share that with his network. So now I get to tap into Tay's network, and anybody that watches his content, they're going to come over and watch that. And hopefully they like my personality well enough and they stay for more. But that definitely is going to give you increased exposure, especially if you get like well-known guests, people that have a good following, people that have a loyal community. Right. And then there's also some networking opportunities that can come into play with these guest appearances. You all are going to get to talking, and then that could lead to new and different projects down the road. So definitely lean into that guest appearances. Right. You also want to be able to create a press kit. This press kit simply is your resume for your podcast. Right. So telling about your podcast, a brief bio. Talking about the mission of your podcast. What are you aiming to do? What target audience do you have? What do you want to get to them? Our mission is we want to be able to help you all grow and strengthen your podcast by teaching you the tools that you need. One, the literal equipment that you need, the techniques that you need to apply with post-production, and then, like in this episode right here, helping you get your podcast out there to the world. So that is what we're here to do. And whatever it is that you're there to do, you kind of package that up into that kit, right? And then you want to use this kit as like a one-stop shop for your entire podcast. It makes it easier for people to write about your show, write about you. So these bloggers, different speakers. So we talked about it in the previous episode, once you've established yourself as the industry expert, people are going to want to invite you to come speak on their panel and stuff. And now that they have this press kit, that is just like your bio for them to be able to get people excited to come out to see you.
And let me drop this in there because, chime in, raise my finger. So with that being said, your press kit, if you have been listening to us for the past few episodes since the beginning, you pretty much already have what you need for your press kit. I will say there may be one or two things missing, one or two things that we might need to hone in on and be more specific about. And if you feel that way, leave that comment down below. Hey, you guys didn't cover how to do this for a press kit. You didn't cover how to do that for a press kit. Just leave that comment down below and we will get to that episode if that's something that y'all really want and need or want to see. So I'm going to go back to the shadows, me and my black shirt.
So, so the press kit is a great way to just give them a quick little elevator pitch about who you are and what your podcast is about. And it provides a professional image as long as you do it right. Of course, have your best photo taken of you, headshot. Headshots to use. We all know what a headshot is. We are going to get a professional headshot so we can put on LinkedIn, so we can put out there when we're looking for jobs, right? And then entrepreneurs, business owners, they want to make sure that they have a professional headshot. Realtors, they have the best headshot to make sure that you want to buy a house from them, right? Professional image is always key. It's going to give you more credibility and it's going to make people drawn to what it is that you're doing. Another way to strengthen and grow is running a contest, doing a giveaway. Everybody loves a giveaway. Don't you love a giveaway?
Everybody loves free stuff, especially when it doesn't come with, no strings attached.
Oh, yeah. What you say? If it's free,
it's for me. That's my motto. I'm just saying. So you run these podcasts. No, I'm tripping because you're already doing a podcast. Yes. But you run these contests.
Yes.
You run these giveaways. Keep in mind where your community is. Keep in mind where your followers are. If you got 5 followers, this is not the time for you to run a contest. It's not time for you. You might be able to give a giveaway. Hey, you guys are my first 5 subscribers. Here's a free T-shirt. That's if you're at that point. But this right here is something that I suggest when you literally have a lot of people following you to increase that engagement. Even if I'll take that back. I say if you got 10 or more people.
Okay.
I think that can increase engagement because you can make this contest or give away something like, hey, get 5 people to subscribe to this with your YouTube handle in the comments. And whoever does this first is going to get XYZ.
I'm glad you corrected yourself because I was going to circle back and be like, no, Tay, you can do it because that's going to help green the people in. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Snap. He lost it.
I lost my whole hat. Put that back on. So doing this also broadens your reach, which is basically what I was just saying as well. You get more people to bring more people. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the movie Field of Dreams. You remember that movie?
No.
I think it was Kevin Costner. And, the voice kept saying, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. See, that's the only part people remember. I actually enjoyed the movie. Watched it multiple times. Not dating myself, just saying. But when you do that with your giveaways and your contests, it broadens your reach and it gets people to you that normally may not have normally found you. For instance, I don't watch TV, but if my wife says that her coworker said, "Hey, this is a good show," we might sit down and binge watch it. We might watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, that is word of mouth. Hey, one of the guys, one of the people that I follow that has a podcast, Shamar's got this podcast. He's got Lux Chat, and he said that as a creator, I can show up on the spotlight if I get XYZ done, and me being there, he'll give me a free podcast session. Da 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 da. He'll
That's
interview
not
me.
true, y'all.
Yeah, I'm speculating. Is it speculating? Don't worry about that. But it's just like, hey, I'm trying to start a podcast, and he's gonna give me one for free if I do XYZ, and he's gonna interview me. So let me do what I need to do. Hey, let me get all my people. I need y'all to do this so I can get this free, so I can see if this is really something that I want to do.
But to that point, you got to make sure that your giveaway is relevant to your podcast, So
Definitely.
to what Tay is saying is like, hey, we provide podcast recording services to people. So yeah, we did do a giveaway, giving away a free session that's very relevant to it and is desirable for people, our target audience. Our target audience wants podcast recording sessions. So make sure it's relevant. Make sure that it is something that is desirable by your target audience, because that's going to make them want to do what you asked them to do. They're going to go out there and tag 5 people. They're going to share it with 5 people. They're going to follow you. They're going to go like the video and comment under it because they want to make sure that they are in the running for whatever that dope prize that you're giving away. I'm bringing you back, bro. Come on, let's tap in.
Look, I'm always trying to adjust my mic and he catch me. He's like, yo, he doing something he shouldn't be doing on camera. Let me get him. So, and with all of that, as the host, as the person that's running this giveaway, this is also another way for you to utilize your social media as well as other platforms, right? So, see, I'm over here talking like Shamar now, right?
Right.
So you craft this engaging content on social media and make sure that it's all about content that grabs attention. Don't deter from that. You want people to come to you, not run away. So share bite-sized clips, which, those your reels, your shorts, things like that from your episodes, like what we already have. One thing that we're definitely picking up on, mostly me, is getting more of behind the scenes of what we do. Like, for instance, when I set this whole thing up, yes, I said mostly I.
But you normally like to speak in French, we,
Yes.
and now it's only you. I do BTS.
You see how that work? See how that work? You plug him, he's like, no,
Right.
You don't plug him, like, well, what about me?
By me.
So, yeah, so with BTS, make sure you show, you don't even have to speak. You can speed ramp everything. If it takes you 3 hours to do something, figure out how to shrink that down into a 30-second clip. Make it engaging. Make it watchable. Make it watch worthy. Make it worth me spending my time watching this. Because attention, first 5-10 seconds, you're gone.
Yep.
That person is gone. Absolutely. So make sure that whatever you post is engaging. Make sure that it's something that is what they call clickbait, but make it actually what it is. What else can I say about that? Consistency is key. So if you start doing something and you realize that it's picking up, continue to do that. Stick with it. Post regularly keeps your podcast top of mind for your audience, as well as your social media clips. So don't post one episode and wait 2 weeks, 2 months, and then say, oh, I got this going on, or with your shorts. If you know that you got enough shorts and reels to put out for 2 weeks, make sure in the midst of all of that, you stay consistent. Put them out once a day, one short a day. Am I counting that right? 2 weeks, one a day, 2 weeks for your podcast episode. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna dial back with my mathematicals off a little bit.
So, and staying consistent with your brand as well, making sure that you're keeping that top of mind as you're posting on your social media platforms. Now, you don't have to do the same post on every platform because each platform is a little bit different, right? YouTube is catered to the long form content. So your long videos you want to do there. Yeah, they have shorts, but they're, keeping up with everybody with the shorts. But your long form content strictly goes to YouTube. And then your reels can go to your IG and then TikTok and stuff. And even with those, you can do different ones because different ones would be more catchy to the other. But make sure all of it is within theme of your brand. Make sure it stays consistent across all platforms, no matter what it is that you're posting.
Yeah, because with that being said, don't have your podcast about true crimes, but your shorts are about these cats. You knew it was coming. You knew it was. I tried to keep it out for a couple episodes, but now we're back.
Unless they were killing cats while they were killing people.
Look at that duo.
Yeah, that's weird.
Very
That is weird. Yeah, okay, let's get off of that.
Yeah, quickly.
So,
shoot. But yeah, go ahead.
You also want to utilize social media to continue building your community. And your community is not only your listeners and your target audience, your community are your peers within that space, right? So joining groups on Facebook, joining different communities. Is Reddit a community, or is that where just people go ask questions? I don't know what Reddit is.
I think Reddit could be classified as a community.
Okay.
Because, you still get to sign in and stuff and comment,
Gotcha. So wherever the communities are, I don't know all of them. I know Facebook has multiples. And then even if there's private ones, I'm a part of the studio business. I'm sure I talked about it in the previous episode. And it's all studio business owners. They're in there. We're sharing knowledge, sharing information. And I actually did an interview with them today. That was pretty cool. I was a little nervous, but did an interview, talked about our experience up in here. And they're only going to be sharing it with that video within our group. So other business owners, the topic and the questions were related specifically to what business owners face. And that's going to help the other business owners in the group. And the group is like 103 people now. I'm sure it's more than that because I saw 2 extra people. So at least 105 people in the group now. And it's just continuing to grow. So join those groups. You never know who you're going to meet. I just had somebody message today because they saw a video on my Alan Lux channel. Make sure y'all go tune in over there too, Alan Lux Studios. But they saw a video on that channel of me talking about the Megadeth.
Can you spell Alan Lux Studios?
Absolutely.
For those that don't know.
Absolutely. We'll tell you acting like me today.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, I see how it feels. All right. So Alan Lux Studios, ALANLUX, and that's studios with an S on the end. Tay's going to put it in the description so y'all can just click on that link too. Please don't forget.
See, now he got me doing extra work. Alan Lux is 2 separate words as well.
Two.
You can't miss it. It's literally his face is on like every video. So yeah, go check that out.
So yeah, he saw the Megadeth. I did the Megadeth. That was before we had this channel created. I recorded the Megadeth and the setup of that. And the guy saw it. That video actually has been doing pretty well here recently. This guy saw it. He messaged me today. I responded to him. He messaged me on Facebook. So he saw it on YouTube. Then he went over to Facebook, found our company on Facebook, and messaged the company on there saying that he liked the video. He's 2 hours away from Charlotte. He wants to come tour the space. Hey, that's how things happen. So make sure you get locked in with your community, the one that you're building and the one that you're a part of.
Yeah, make sure you do that. Make sure that I think you pretty much covered the next few points I had in my mind. So we just gonna go ahead and say, in the midst of you doing all your promotion, I think you talked about this briefly, but collaborating with other podcasters and influencers that are in your niche, that are in your space. Don't go outside of that because then it get a little crazy unless it's a side topic to your niche, like the sports. Then when we were talking about the sports teams, you have the college football and you got the professional. Then you have where you can break that down into like the linemen and everything. And I'm heavily paraphrasing as much as I can with his less words, but you go to linemen, now you can talk about the center on offense, or you can talk about the right guard or the left guard. And if you know somebody that's niched down like you are, or not as niched down as you are, if I just cover defense, Well, let's get to somebody's opinion about the offensive line
Absolutely.
and what offensive lines can do better to go against these defenses and stuff like that. So when you get these people, get people that have an audience that are willing to allow you to be on their show and vice versa. I will say never discount the small guy and never discount the big dogs that are in this industry, because you never really know who's willing to talk to you because you're a genuine person compared to somebody that's got multiple viewers and subscribers that are a piece of trash of a person.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I said that.
Yes.
Everybody's
We
not
went there.
great.
So
Just
yeah,
saying.
you remember making it consistent within your brand. So, for us, we host other people in our space to record their podcasts. So we want to connect and collaborate with influencers that do podcasts, that do, talking heads or whatever it is that they do, makeup tutorials, whatever that is, because we can get them in our space. Because one, we have people. So let's go with a makeup artist, right? That does makeup tutorials. Of course, there are going to be people watching them to learn how to apply the makeup properly. But they also are going to have people that watch them because they want to learn how to actually start doing makeup tutorials themselves. They want to be able to record themselves and stuff. So if we had a makeup artist come into our space and collaborate with us, and they do their video in our space and they say, hey, today we're recording our video in a special place. We're partnering with Charlotte.Podcast.Studio. Now that gives other people that are watching them to learn how to become influencers. That gives a plug for us. Those people are going to reach out to us like, hey, we saw, so-and-so doing their studio or their video in your studio. We want to come by and do it as well. So make it make sense. As long as those influencers complement, what you got going on, or,
And vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tay. You're doing better than I did in that last episode, because that last one I went like this. Oh, he's still talking.
He tried to say I was boring.
No, I ain't say you was boring. Editing is over my head. It wasn't him being boring. I was like, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, making sure that it's mutually beneficial and that, it just broadens the audiences of both. And it's just, I love it. And then it also gives you credibility. I think we all know these people. Oh, I'm a celebrity stylist. I'm a celebrity photographer. I'm a celebrity chef. I'm a celebrity, whatever it is that I do. I've never said that. But people say that because they feel as though that gives them that extra street cred or that credibility to the audiences. Because if you can do a celebrity's makeup or style a celebrity, then that means you can definitely do mine, and that's kind of what you're giving here once you collaborate with some influencers, some well-known influencers that you may know. They're like, hey, if Charlotte Podcast Studio is good enough for my fave to film in, then it's good enough for me to film in. That makes sense, what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So now we ran through those first two. We're coming up on the last one. Y'all see how I'm just, I got this plane coming. Hey, y'all go ahead, buckle up just in case some turbulences. But we are on our descent right now.
Yeah,
so
strap in. Strap in.
The final one is analyzing podcast analytics and adjusting your strategy. We've talked about it multiple times, as in checking your numbers. You can do that on your podcast hosting platform. We use Buzzsprout. We look at our analytics there. You can do it on YouTube. They have their own analytics. You want to be able to understand your community and understand their preferences. You will see how many views. Everybody knows the views, right? How many views you get. On the Buzzsprout, how many downloads did you get? That equates to how many people listen to it, who are streaming it just like they would do music, right? Mm-hmm. But you also want to understand, because it'll tell you where they are. Tay got listeners over in India bumping his hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah, it still trips me out.
That's crazy.
India, Russia, some country I've never heard of, but it's over there.
And then you're able to see, where they are and the other demographic markers like ages. That's how we know that true crime, the major listeners of true crime is 18 to 34, you know. And then you can see how long they listen to things. And that's one thing that is key to advertisers, right? So that average span. So for instance, if your videos are typically 25 minutes and people on average listen to your videos for, let's say, 9 minutes, advertisers are going to request that they have their ad within the first 3 minutes of the video, because they know that, okay, you've gotten through the intro and all of that stuff, but on average, people only listen to it to 9 minutes. So we want them to have my ad right there in that middle mark. So different things like that is going to help you. And if you see certain content is doing well, so let's say that, hey, you wanted to start with, hey, just doing football as a whole. Let's run this sports analogy through the ground, guys. You wanted to start with sports analogy as a whole. I mean, sports as a whole, but then you realize, hey, when I do those episodes that are focused on the defensive line, those do way better than me just talking about the entire thing. Now you can adjust, and now you just focus on the defensive line, since that's what these people came here for. You know?
And it works, monitoring your engagement levels. I'm trying to figure out how I want to put this. So with that, it's kind of like social media, right? Are people leaving comments on your social media? Are they sharing your posts? Are you going back and interacting with them? With your podcast? Are people sharing your episodes? Are they leaving reviews regardless of your hosting platform? Are you engaging with these people as they are engaging with you? And you really need to know how to monitor that. Measure the interaction. Like I said, like the reviews, the social media interactions, they show you how active your audience is participating with your podcast. So if you've got a podcast episode that only has 100 views, but then you have another podcast episode that has 1,000, look at everything that's from that 100 to 1,000, gauge everything else that's in the middle to figure out what most people are listening to, what most people are coming to you for. Not saying that the $100, I wish. Not saying that the 100 views is something that you should dismiss. Maybe it's something in there that you really went in depth on, and the one that gets 500 or 1,000 or 10,000 views. And maybe you should take that into consideration with your when you're measuring the interaction and how everybody is coming to your channel. I lost my train of thought just that quick because my mind went left mentally. Don't even ask. But I was gone. I was somewhere else. But take all of that into consideration. How are people interacting with you? How many people are watching these episodes, downloading these episodes, and trying to bring everything back full circle to you, and how to really push and stay on top or at the top of people's minds, or how they used to word it back then. Being fresh in people's minds, So.
And the higher the engagement, that indicates that the content is resonating. Is resonating with people. The lower it is, that means that you might need to tweak a few things in your approach. They have something that's called the A/B test your strategy thing. Okay, let me reel myself back.
Yeah, because you just went straight into that, and then you just ran with it and skipped it real quick.
So A/B test your strategies. The easiest way for me to describe this to you guys, is with YouTube thumbnails. If you're already posting on YouTube, you will see when you load your videos, you have an option of uploading your own thumbnail, allowing YouTube to generate one from your video, or they have an A/B test your strategy, where what they will do is use different thumbnails to see which one resonates with the audience more. So if it's a thumbnail of the wide shot of me and Tay, I'm about to put you on spot because you're gonna have to change these. So get ready, look alive. So this wide shot of me and Tay, or a shot with me.
Use that to wear my face, but go ahead, I'm listening though.
Or a shot with me by myself, or shot with Tay by himself. We use all three of those, and which one gets the most hits, that's when we'll know, okay, they actually like the one with Tay by himself. So therefore, that resonates with our audience more. They want to see Tay, the Charlotte Podcast Studio manager, more than they want to see Tay's trusty sidekick.
And if the fingers ain't pointing, it ain't right. It ain't real. It ain't me. That's AI. Let me stop.
But you could do that same approach with, your content in and of itself. You can sit here and test out, like I said, the watch time, right? The average watch time. You can test out, hey, maybe people are watching your 15-minute videos all the way through, but your 45-minute videos, they stop at the 15-minute mark. Well, you might want to keep your content more closer to that 15 because that's making it resonate with more people, especially if they're interacting with that more and, commenting on that more and liking it. Hey, that might work better for you. So do the testing approach. Is A better or B better? Which one do they like? Welcome back, Tay.
Yeah, I'm just in deep thought about that. Like, even for us, with, not just the thumbnails, but in general, our podcast so far has mostly been about helping beginners and helping people that have already been doing this for a while, giving them things that they may not have thought about. And even if they have thought about it, giving them a little bit more insight about it. And it's like, maybe soon we should drop a podcast that doesn't really cover how to start a podcast and, about podcasting in such a, I guess for like it was a broad standpoint. Let's just literally take one topic and say, hey, for the next 2-3 episodes, we're going to focus on just editing and we're going to really break down editing. Or let's just talk about for the next 3 episodes, just the video quality or, whatever it is that we decide to do and just test that. That's just what I'm thinking. That's why I said I was over there the whole time. This is where I've been at.
So y'all see how good of a teacher I am? I got Tay over here applying what he's learning in the middle of the episode. That boy good.
And if you did the same thing, hit that thumbs up button. And then leave a comment in below. Let's see what we want the word of the day to be. If you made it this far with the same mentality that I went through this video with, then just leave down in the comments, change. We'll go with change. Change. So, as far as me, I'm done with the episode.
I've been done. I hope y'all got what y'all needed from this. And I enjoy being able to talk way more than Tay. Even though he jumped in there a couple of times, I let him have it. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't leave you out there by yourself. It's a 2-person episode. Shoot,
But yeah, make sure y'all connect with us. And you can reach us at our email at info, that's INFO, at charlottepodcast.studio. You can find us at our website at charlottepodcast.studio. Hit us up on the gram at charlottepodcast.studio. Check us out over there at Facebook. Give us a thumbs up. Like the page at charlottepodcast.studio.
And TikTok. Don't forget TikTok. We got TikTok now.
Excuse me. Oh my God. He is really acting like me now. I was getting there.
And we got
I was getting there. I was landing the plane. Yes.
I was just trying to help you put the wheels out.
We are on the clock app. The tickety tockety tock tock tock. Charlotte Podcast Studio.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
See, put the period.
Clearly, all the other ones I named, he named this one, the Charlotte Podcast Studio.
Don't let me put the period.
Oh, it wouldn't let him do it. Oh,
yeah,
see, the clock app was acting different. So, yeah. All right, Tay, we're going to close this out, but you got to say your name first. It only makes sense that way.
Well, I'm Tay. I'm the studio manager here at Charlotte Podcast Studio.
Yo, and I'm Shamar, Tay's trusty sidekick.
And that's it for this episode.
Peace.
Peace.